Mr. Press Person?
Well, sure, put me on the spot.
That's why you're supposed to start with the softballs.
Wow.
Yes, I love being a legislator.
Yeah. Can you give us some previews of
Sure.
legislation that's coming up?
Yep, Governor Walker, as you saw, started the special session call. I think that to his credit, he has been trying since the beginning of the year actually to reach out and work with Democrats in ways where we can find that common ground. I think that the idea of putting 20 special session bills out, which is about what he did, half Democrat, half Republican, is a good way to showcase, because we heard throughout the entire process that Democrats said we don't want words, we want actions. And what I thought was interesting was after the actions happened, then the words from the Democrats began, which was to really harp on them saying, oh, we don't like these bills, you should do it differently. I mean, I guess everybody can be a critic. But when I look at what we can do in Wisconsin, I think we have limited opportunities to make a big impact to grow jobs in Wisconsin, because that's not where government is actually the best. Usually the government is best at getting out of the way. So I think when we look at some of the bills that we're talking about, there are some tort reforms that I think are going to be pretty significant for businesses across the state. One example would be frivolous lawsuits. We know that that is a huge cost to a lot of businesses around the state. One bill that we have, I'm actually authoring it with Senator Zipperer, would say that if you sue somebody, let's say we're here, okay, and you find that there is a hair in your dinner, and you decide you're going to sue. If you can find an attorney to do that on contingency, that attorney can rack up almost unlimited bills. And if you want to take a chance, you can go to court. If you don't want to take a chance, you can try to settle. Usually it means that the only person who makes money out of it is not you with the hair on your plate, but is the attorney who collects all of his or her fees. So the bill that we have is modeled after what happens in federal law. It says that if you sue somebody for $1,000, let's say, the most the attorney fees can be are 3 times the amount that you sue for. So there's not going to be frivolous lawsuits. If you sue for $100,000 because it's a serious accident, $300,000 for attorney's fees is more than adequate. So we are trying to find a way to get some sort of certainty in the marketplace, so we don't have an opportunity for people to make a living off of just suing companies frivolously because they have that as their practice. I think we also have some other bills in there. There's some good Democrat bills. We have one that Peter Barkett, the minority leader, is offering, which is going to say that we want to make angel investment tax credits. That's the money that people usually invest in very early startup companies, a lot of them around Dane County. They'd be able to have some refundable tax credits. So there's an incentive from the state to be able to say, we want you to take an entrepreneurial risk to try to have an opportunity to grow jobs here in Wisconsin. So I think that's a good idea. So I think that there are going to be a large number of bills that are brought forward, all the way from venture capital, which I worked on today. I also worked on the mining bill, which we're going to hopefully be able to bring a draft forward so we can have those jobs in northern Wisconsin. Most people don't realize this mining bill. It's pretty amazing. The fact that, believe it or not, one of my constituents' families actually owns the property. It is the oldest operating company in the state of Wisconsin. It's called the LaPointe Mining Company. They own a large tract of land. It is the largest undeveloped iron ore deposit in North America. 25% of all of the iron ore in North America is in this one chunk of land in northern Wisconsin. All the iron ore that's utilized in Wisconsin right now comes from outside our state. Most of it comes from outside our region. It comes from China, comes from all over the world. So we have companies like Bucyrus, we have companies all across southeastern Wisconsin, wherever it's a case, that use a lot of metal in a foundry. So if we could take that from Wisconsin, creating jobs in northern Wisconsin, lower costs to keep more jobs here in Wisconsin too, seems like it's a win-win. So hopefully we'll have an opportunity to do more things like that too. Yes.